What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to a brand new video. Today I have the top 6 REDSEC weapons in the Battle Royale from Battlefield 6. Now, 6 is a bit of an odd number, but there were 5 weapons that were really good, and I was like, oh, but I have to include this weapon as well. So all of these 6 weapons are good. I can't really place them in order. The reason why is because REDSEC is very situational. So often you want to adjust your weapon choice according to what the zone is going to be, like the last circle is going to be. If it's going to be very close quarters, like around downtown, you want to use the close quarter weapons. If it's going to be super open, like around the radio station area or over golf course, you want to have longer range weapons. So it's very situational what weapons you want to use for the last circle and what are the best weapons. So the order is not super important, but what's important is all these weapons. I usually have a combination of these weapons in my final loadout when I go to custom weapons. I'm gonna go through the build as well for you guys that you want to be using in REDSEC. So all these builds are for REDSEC only. They can work for multiplayer, but they're focused on REDSEC. So let's get right into it. But first, a quick word from my sponsor. Big thanks to Overgear for sponsoring this video. If you want to check them out, all the links will be down in the description. Overgear is the go-to marketplace for power leveling coaching and in-game services across tons of popular games, connecting you with verified pros who help you progress quickly, safely, and without the usual grind. It's super simple to use, the support is great, and you only pay when the job is completed. And if you want to save a bit of money, you can use code MAXIC10 for 10% off your purchase. So if you want to jump ahead in your game without the grind, hit the links below and check out Overgear. Starting off, and this is a weapon I recently started using, and it is absolutely insane. So this is a weapon you want to use for close to medium range. So your secondary is basically going to be a DMR or a long range LMG or whatever, but this is the close to mid-range weapon of your loadout. So it is the SG553. It has a 33 damage. It can be absolute melty, if that's the right word, up close, but to medium range it still does very consistent damage. The recoil control is very manageable. It's just overall a very consistent weapon to use. It works in a lot of situations. That's really what I like to use about this weapon. If I have a long range weapon, I can use the SG553 in most other situations. From close to medium range, this gun will still work super well. I got a build that works well for long range and for close range. The recoil is a little bit hard to manage, so it's definitely more of the more aggressive weapon of your loadout. So going quickly through the build, don't really want to explain exactly why I use certain gadgets. This is just more a video of showing what the build actually use. So the first sight is the Miniflex 1x scope. You can use any of the 1x scope, whatever you prefer. I really do not like the RMR, so I usually use the Miniflex or the OSA. You can go up to a 1.75x scope. Wouldn't go anything higher because that would kind of ruin the purpose of this gun being the more aggressive choice. Then we have the mag catch for a faster reload speed. We have the standard FMJ rounds. Then we have the 40 round extended mag, and we have the angled grip. We have the fluted, which makes this gun a whole lot more aggressive. If you want to use this more for medium range, you probably want to use the extended for a faster bullet velocity. And then we have the flash hider, so your big red icon above your player module is not visible to the enemy player. So that is the first weapon, the SG553R. Absolutely amazing. It takes a bit to unlock, but it's worth it. It really is worth it. Moving over to the next close range weapon, which will be the, as many people will call it, the MP5, or in this game it is the PW5A3. This weapon works amazing around downtown, but overall it's a very good secondary weapon choice for close range quarters. It's just very consistent. You can toss a good extended mag on there. It's very manageable against ARs. The recoil is quite low on it, so it's overall a very versatile weapon, which is something you need on REDSEC, of course. But of course this is going to be your close range weapon, so you need to combine this with a long range LMG or maybe a DMR or a sniper. So this is the build. This build is focused on close range, but it's also a little bit stealthy, so you don't just appear on the minimap inside buildings or whatever. So starting off with the sight, you have the Miniflex. The iron sights works very good on this as well. So what you can do is, if you like the iron sights, you can go with the iron sights, and then you have a mag catch, which will improve the reload speed. I personally really enjoyed putting the Miniflex sights on there. Wouldn't go anything higher than the 1x scope. Then I have the blue laser. The reason why I'm using the blue laser is because it improves your accuracy while moving, which is a really big one in REDSEC. Your gunfights last a little bit longer, so if you're strafing from left to right, you make yourself a little bit of a harder target to hit while being able to land your shots back. And a lot of people do not use the blue laser, so for that reason, their strafing accuracy is going to be a lot less accurate than your PW5, and overall the mobility of the PW5 is going to be amazing. So strafing with this is super good. Of course, the hipfire accuracy gets better as well. Then we have the 20 point suppressor, so you stay off the minimap. It does reduce that hipfire accuracy a little bit, but with that blue laser you still have a hipfire accuracy of 62, which is amazing. Then we have the basic barrel for a faster transition to ADS. Then we have the 25 point extended mag. I feel like the extended mag is kind of a need though in REDSEC. And then we have the standard FMJ rounds. Up next is the M39 EMR, probably my most used weapon in this game. Of course, this is going to be your long to medium range weapon. It has a 6-shot potential, but if you land headshots, it's going to be so much more devastating. I have the headshot multiplier on this as well, so you do a 1.75x damage with headshots, and if you land the headshots, they basically have no time to respawn. I've gotten a couple of like insane kills with this gun where it almost feels like you're playing multiplayer even though they were fully plated, especially on players that are prone or head glitching. This gun is absolutely deadly. You gotta land your shots though, and the only down part of using DMR is that it shares sniper ammo, and you don't get that much sniper ammo. You still have like I think 3 or 4 full mags, which is plenty to kill players. You usually need around 6 shots to kill a player, which for REDSEC is extremely quick. And also the bullet speed of this is 1000, so if you're landing shots from range, it's not going to be too hard, especially when there's teams, you know, strafing around. They're going to be moving from their fire or whatever, moving in long range. You can do good damage with this and burn a lot of plates from players, which is going to be super useful because the plates in squads is quite low. So especially when you're in that end circle, burning off some plates with the DMR is insane. So give this gun a shot. Definitely be sure to level it up. So what I'm using on this one is the 4.5 times scope. It's a very clean, clear sight. And we have the mag catch. We have the hollow point, which improves that headshot damage. Can 100% recommend that. And we have the 20 fast. Then we have the stubby grip. This usually reduces the recoil, but keep in mind that you should not move with this gun anymore if you're trying to shoot, because what happens is you're going to get a big accuracy penalty basically. So when you're moving and shooting at the same time, your bullets are not going to go where you're shooting. And then we have the extended. This improves that projectile velocity, making it so much easier to hit players from range, which is super important. And then we have the flash hider, so it removes that red icon above the player module when you're shooting. This is very useful, by the way, when you're on like sneaky spots, sneaky head glitches, maybe even on roofs, and they cannot really spot you right away. You're going to be on the minimap with this build, of course, but you're a lot more hidden. You could toss around if you don't find the grip necessary, but honestly, having reduced recoil on a DMR allows you to shoot faster. So it basically resets the recoil so you can tap it faster. So I feel like the grip is very useful. If you want to use a cheaper grip, what you can do is use a suppressor on it. What also is very good is the brake. So this also reduces the recoil buildup, so makes it faster to shoot. That's all what the DMR is about. So the M39 EMR. Then we're moving over to another long-range weapon, which I do not see being used a lot, besides some of my friends really use this weapon, but I don't really die to this gun very often. This gun is laying around on REDSEC quite often, so you can pick it up, but it's really good. But you need a specific build for this, I feel like, to make it work very well. And I think I found that build. So what's important with this is the barrel. The barrel on this gun allows you to basically have no bloom anymore. That makes the AK-205 very good. But yeah, the damage is extremely low, so it doesn't work in the close to medium range areas. So that's where you do not want to use this. It's also not good to push buildings, but the gun is extremely beamy. So if you're on head glitches and you got assault ammo, the AK-205 is going to be amazing. I 100% recommend giving this weapon a shot. It's a bit a pain to level up because it's not great in multiplayer, but once you figure out how to play with this gun, it's actually quite good. So let's get into the build. I have the 3x scope, the Baker 3x scope. Then we have the mag catch for an improved reload speed. We have the synthetic. This is important. It improves the headshot multiplier from 1.35 to 1.75. Making a huge difference in landing headshots. It's important to use this one. This gun literally has no recoil at all, so landing headshots with this build is not that hard, and you will notice a big difference on REDSEC. Then we have the 40 round fast mag. You can also go for the 45 round extended mag because you have 5 extra points. I ended up not using that. There's no barrel on this, keep in mind, so the recoil control might be hard, but honestly the recoil control is still 65 without a single barrel on this gun. It's absolutely insane, super beamy. Then we got the, this is a must. Whatever your loadout is, the heavy barrel needs to be on there because it improves firing accuracy over extended periods. Basically meaning you do not need to tap fire with this build anymore. You need to hold down the trigger, and the longer you hold it down, the more accurate it becomes, which is the total opposite of any other weapon in this game. if you don't use the heavy barrel, of course. And then we have the flash hider, same for the reason why you don't want to use a flash hider. It removes that red icon, making it a little bit harder for enemies to spot you exactly where you are.